Lightning L-Drago is back. In the latest issue of Koro, not only do we have the continuation of the Beyblade X story, but we have some major reveals of upcoming bays, including a whale-themed Beyblade and Lightning L-Drago. This is not news you're going to want to miss, so hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and let's talk about the Dragon Emperor. Over the last year, Takara Tomy has been bringing back bays from previous generations in the crossover project. They started with Dronzer, then we had Drigger, we were supposed to get Tripio, then we had the reveal of the protagonist set that had Dragoon and Valkyrie and Pegasus. Well, now we already have our next crossover reveal with Lightning L-Drago. This is easily going to be the most popular crossover project release, definitely more so than Dronzer and Drigger. Lightning L-Drago, and especially Ryuga, just has a massive fan base. First thing I want to talk about is the box, and the box art here is insane. For all of their crossover project releases, they've tried to emulate kind of the box art from that generation. And so with L-Drago, we have the return of just the graffiti style, that grungy look from Metal Fight, and it just looks really nice. It kind of makes me wish that every Beyblade X release was kind of like that. Whether you like Metal Fight or not, the box art design from Takara Tomy was just chef's kiss. If you guys want to get the bays I'm talking about in this video, go and check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. If they don't have them up yet, they are going to have listings up for Lightning L-Drago and WhaleWave really soon. You can also get your orders in for the upcoming Leon Crest and Phoenix Rudder, or any other Beyblade X release you might want. So go and check out Mall of Toys, link in the description down below, and make sure you use code ilinnuc to get 5% off of your first purchase. If you look carefully at the box though, you can actually see that there are two L-Dragos, and no, you do not get two L-Dragos in one box. It is actually a random booster select. This might be a bit unfortunate to some people, although I don't really see what else they could have done. With the original Metal Fight version of L-Drago, you had two different modes. You had a upper mode and a barrage mode. But in Beyblade X, there is no energy ring. There's no ability to change modes like that. So to kind of solve the problem, they just released two different versions, stuck it in a random booster select, so now you're gonna have to buy at least two of them. I already have a few questions about this, like if this bay turns out to be really good, are you going to be able to use both modes at a tournament, even though they are technically different bays? But getting past that, they did a great job here. We did see L-Drago in a bit of a factory leak about a week ago or so, although it was missing pretty much all of the stickers, so it looked a little bit more bland. But looking at it here, it looks fantastic, okay? It looks almost exactly like the Metal Fight version, just with 3 launcher hooks instead of just the normal 2, and it's in Beyblade X. That's it. Otherwise, it looks identical. And speaking of identical, the two bays that are in this random booster select, the two different versions of L-Drago, besides the different modes, the parts are the same. Typically, with random booster selects, you have 3 of the same blade, but then the part combinations are different. But with L-Drago, they are basically the same bay. This is something that was a little bit disappointing to me. Now, I don't know what they could have done as a secondary combo, but the fact that you do have to buy at least 2 of these to get the 2 different modes, it would have been nice to get more parts other than just the 160 and flat. Let's go ahead and talk about those parts as well. For the Ratchet, we have 160, which is in this kind of deeper blue color. I don't really know why they would have gone with 160 here. I don't know what the rationale is. I'm not against it. It does have its competitive uses, that's for sure. Although the original Ratchet that was on Lightning L-Drago was 100, which was pretty low profile. 160, not so much. And for the bit, we have flat, once again in this sort of deeper blue color scheme, and this is not surprising. I was kind of hoping we would get Cyclone again. Some people in my comments and in the community also thought that, although Cyclone was on Medio L-Drago, not Lightning L-Drago. But what do you guys think of this X remake of Lightning L-Drago on 160 and flat? For me, I think it looks great. Now, we don't know how much it's going to weigh. We don't really know anything about its performance at all. It is going to be releasing on September 14th, so we have about a month to wait. I'm just really excited for it. I'm not super excited at the fact it's a random booster select, so like I said earlier a few times, you have to buy a couple of them. It also does not come with that beautiful L-Drago themed string launcher like we got in Metal Fight that was white with the kind of black dragon decal. That would have been really cool, but the fact that we're getting Lightning L-Drago in that Metal Fight style packaging is just awesome to me. The news on L-Drago is so insane, in fact, it kind of overshadows the actual X Beyblade that's also coming out with WhaleWave. WhaleWave is another random booster select, so yes, you heard me, we're getting 2 random booster selects in the same month. No standard release, no booster or starter, but 2 random selects. But WhaleWave is a whale-themed attack type, which was a bit surprising to me. Like I said earlier, we got a leak for Lightning L-Drago. We also got a leak for this Whale Bay, and I was kind of expecting it to be a balance type until we heard about the weight. And apparently, the weight for this blade is insane at over 38 grams. Because this is a random booster select, there are 3 different versions of WhaleWave here. There is a white one, which is pretty typical for random booster selects, and that is going to be on 380 and gear ball. The next one is a little bit more interesting because it's this brown or even chocolate. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry, I just need to eat something, but whenever I saw this brown WhaleWave, I immediately thought of pudding. So maybe that's a me problem. And the part combo for Chocolate Whale is 470 on high needle. And then finally, we have the prize version of WhaleWave, which is in this kind of teal and burgundy red sort of color scheme. It's definitely not my favorite color scheme for a Beyblade, although it's a little bit more unique, and I think it's interesting. It's kind of an ocean or aquatic theme. The shape is also pretty interesting as well. It kind of reminds me of Leon Claw, but upside down. It just has this 5-bladed look, and it doesn't look like it would be an attack type. It kind of looks like it'd be a balance type. Typically, attack types are a little bit more jagged, so I'm kind of looking forward to this because it's a little bit more tame. Maybe that means it's going to have better stamina, combined with the fact that it is over 38 grams, which is completely ridiculous. It could be a good part. I am not super sold on the rest of the combo though, okay? For the ratchet, we have 580, which is not a new part. This is kind of the old throw-in part for the random booster, and it's just in this blue color. It's, 580. The bits is the interesting part. We have E, or Elevate. And this is kind of like the attack version of Disc Ball. Elevate is a semi-flat tip where it's mostly flat, but a tiny little point right at the bottom. And then there's just a giant shroud that's right behind the teeth. And this might be an optical illusion, but if you look at WhaleWave from a side view, it does look like the gears on the Elevate bit are flared as well, which is not something we've seen before, and I don't really know how that's going to affect performance. And staying on that side view, WhaleWave is a very interesting looking bay, okay? Just the awkwardly shaped bits that flares out at the bottom. It does look like WhaleWave's blade is kind of top heavy as well. There's a pretty large gap in between the actual blade and the ratchet, which isn't great for, burst resistance. I don't really know how to feel about it. I'm excited to try it out and to see if it's good, mainly because it is going to be so heavy. But typically, random booster select bays aren't the most hype releases. Think of, Viper Tail or Sphinx Cowl. It may end up being kind of forgotten about. But what do you guys think of the news? What do you think of Lightning L-Drago, and especially the fact that there's 2 L-Dragos in the 2 different modes? Do you also like the box art for L-Drago? I don't think many people are going to care about the box, but I just think it looks really good. And what do you guys think of WhaleWave? Do you think it's going to be really good, especially because it's heavy? Or do you think it's going to be kind of a forgotten, gimmicky, random booster select? But thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun and bay away.